Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Monday evening, a new day, a new week. So this is the daily scoreboard. Where are we? What has happened today? We will also be looking into what data that might come in tomorrow that could potentially move the markets. I just had a sneak peek. It's not the biggest of the data that are coming out, but let's see where we are. As always, guys, follow me here on Twitter, on YouTube, but also on the Substack. Again, posting stuff there a lot more. I find it it's basically, as I have been saying a lot of times, it's a really good web page and a website. And yeah, hopefully you will join me over there. With that said, let's get into business here. The daily scoreboard for the things that we're following, basically. Silver flat as a pancake today, 0.03%. So it doesn't get more flat than that. But as we talked about this Friday, that retest there is important. Why? Let's zoom out. Let's zoom way out here. And 1 second there. Because it goes all the way back to the 2011 highs. You can see it there coming into right here. Boom, boom. And then we're basically retesting it now. So very important. Hopefully we hold here. And then we could be off for the races, as you know, when we break roughly 26. Gold, also a bit of a nothing day, but 0.3%. Nothing major to report. We have the gold to silver ratio, nothing new there. We're still trying to break that pesky trend line there. So yeah, nothing new. We need to break it to become really, really bullish on gold and silver. I've been saying it many times, but it is stalling out. DXY getting rejected right at the resistance. However, it's not over yet. We have a massive trend line coming down here, and we're basically more or less tagging it for the 4th time, depending on how you want to, make that line. Maybe it's down to here. But as you can see, we are very close to a major breakout here for the DXY. That will definitely be a tailwind for commodities, basically more or less everything else. Bitcoin here up 4%, very strong today, to my surprise. So yeah, 4%. It is getting sold off quite a bit here, actually, into the late hours of today. But ever since we broke this yellow downtrend there, it has actually performed quite nicely. Oil, good old oil stocks. Why is it that sometimes? Basically what oil is waiting for is a break of that trend line there. Nothing more, nothing less. Anything in between is more or less noise. Obviously, there are a lot of technicals going on there, but we really want to break above that, 86, 87 at some point in time. Let's see if we get there. Gold miners, 1%, give or take, closing at the lows. Not the most ideal candle, but anyways, we are within a range here, so it doesn't really matter in my view. SIL, same thing again here. You can see that bit of a nasty candle there. We are below the blue neckline here. But basically a nothing burger day. Same thing for uranium spot price. I will not go into that. URNM down 1.6%. Basically coming down from the bear flag, but we're coming in for that big retest of that green channel here. We need to hold here, guys. We really, really do. 10-year rates is up roughly 2%. Having, as you can see, maybe making a tiny bolt like that. So it's still, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. Within this range here, right there, it's basically noise in my view. And that will be very bullish. That will be very, very bearish. And we have palladium up 2%. Beautiful. Neckline there, inward head and shoulders, basically tagging it, hopefully resume to the upside. Bit of a deep retest, but again, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference there. Platinum up 1%, I will not go into any detail there. Copper, massive breakout going in for that first pullback. Again, that is basically where you want to buy. When you get that first pullback out after a major breakout, beautiful. Still for copper, looks really, really strong. Good. Let's dive into to what's potentially going on here next tomorrow. Nothing major. We do have some home pricing coming in just before the open. Again, these are not the big ones. We have some crude oil at the close, and then we don't have much to really spend a lot of time on. Maybe there are some people that knows a lot more about this than I do, but again, nothing major. No CPI, no claims, no nothing, no FOMC big. So it is. We have some durable goods that could potentially moves the market a bit there 1 hour before the open. Let's see what the lovely community of Twitter has been posting here today. Transpider, XLE, energy surge incoming. April also has a 70% win rate, an average return of 5% over the past 20 years. So this is a long-term, ceiling that we're pounding on. And this one actually also goes back many decades. You can see this level here, and we're about to break out. It's not confirmed yet, but big time breakout here for energy. Transpider here again, looking like we're going to get out of our first monthly close below this 20-year trend line support. Apple, oops. If you know anything about trend lines, that is potentially not the best candlestick that we're going to see here for Apple. Apple is still a major stock. I think it's the biggest. I could be wrong on that one, but that's not the most ideal. It's not, the end of the world as we speak, but definitely major warning sign there for Apple. Gold to the Dow Joe industrial ratio. We're coming into a pivot here. You can see here flickering, and which way will we go? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do we finally get that break up, or is it more bearish? I might lean that this is a bit more of a grinding on the lower side, meaning a bit more bearish. Maybe. Brian here, MSCI World without the US on the verge of a 17-year long breakout. I assume that this is overall stocks taking out the USA. I haven't seen this one before, so but that is pretty huge, to be honest. That is potentially massive, to have all stocks without the US breaking out to decade highs. Beautiful. A lot of Transpider here. Is PayPal setting up for a new year-to-date high? We also cover this one on Substack. The breakout there with a buying opportunity, and this trend line goes back a bit further for a longer time frame breakout as well. Oops. Don't do that. Excuse me. So this is Jason here. Precious metals have been rallying. On mining stock next. Solid insight here by Tavi Costa. By the way, follow Tavi. He's really good. Basically, he's showing this is a ratio, the minus to gold ratio, still underperforming, but we could be very close. And this goes back 2 to 3 decades. Very close to a breakout. And when that happens, yes, you want to be in gold miners and silver miners. Finally, a big moment in time there. Beautiful. Gold, silver, fantastic looking technical chart from In Gold We Trust report. I couldn't agree more. Breakout, retest on top there. Boom, higher we go. Gold is surging. Silver will follow, in my view. Platinum will follow. I think we are in for some pretty good times for the precious metals. With that said, I will be going to bed. I have a blastering headache, so excuse me for not being as enthusiastic as I normally am. Guys, have a great evening. See you tomorrow.